Whoo, things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. So I have watched Fantastic Four First Steps, and I believe that this is the best Fantastic Four film of all time. Marvel Studios understood the assignment. Can't say the same for the fuckheads down the street. I would like to tell you guys why I feel that this is the best superhero film of 2025. First up, the synopsis. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic Herald, Silver Surfer. So that is the plot. Now, first up, I would like to say that this film doesn't have an origin. I'm pretty sure that many people were already aware of that. However, they do something quite differently here. Imagine the montage scene from that of Batman versus Superman, right? Showing Superman saving people. This film decided to open up with that. And let me tell you, even though it feels retro, it feels so right, man. You're looking at these scenes and all of what the Fantastic Four have done, and it is just cinema. You're watching it, you're witnessing it, and you're saying to yourself, yeah, I like what I am watching at this very moment. It was cool the way that this movie opened up. Yeah, I understand that it kind of skipped over the origins, but the show and tell aspect of it was a brilliant idea. Shout out to Marvel Studios for getting that right. Now let me get into look. I know I'm all over the place, but I just had some fun. Okay, this film was everything that I ever hoped for regarding that of a Fantastic Four film. Let me go to the beginning. The film starts off, as I said, with that of the montage. Then we get, some development here between Reed and also that of Sue and everybody, right? We get the sense of their family bond. These people are tight. And you know what? I can relate. The same way that they are, it's the same way that me and my family is. Straight up. We can get into it today, but guess what? Tomorrow, if I have a party, that same cousin or brother or uncle that I had some disagreements with, they need to show up to my goddamn party. And I like that. The family bond is strong here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the group, they're going about their lives, having fun. Find out Sue is pregnant. That's right, baby. Sue Storm is pregnant. Right there. As you can see on the screen right there, baby Franklin Richards, one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. We're going to get to that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to that. Just hold up, hold up. All right. So basically, she's pregnant. Next thing you know, the Silver Surfer pops up, come dipping out of space. You know what I'm saying? Hollering at your boy Johnny over there. They had a few words together, and the world is in panic mode because they have no idea as to what a Galactus is. You know what I'm saying? So the Fantastic Four decides to go on a mission, right? Into space. That was a cool scene, man. Them getting a ship together, going out in space, doing light speed, right? Finding Galactus. Guess what? Guess what? They board this guy's ship. And I tell you, Jack Kirby will be proud. Stan Lee will be proud. It was like ripping pages right out of a comic book and slapping it on film, like straight up. And then the reveal of Galactus, man, look, it reminded me of the reveal of Thanos, right? You saw Thanos back there, a silhouette of him, and then he come out into the light. I'm here now. Galactus was sitting there in the dark and you couldn't see him when the Silver Surfer said, "You stand before Galactus," and he just rises up and his eyes gonna glow. And I say, oh my goodness. Oh my, where have this been all of my life? And I was the person who said I was concerned that the film would be repetitive like that of Rise of the Silver Surfer. And someone commented to me and said, listen, they're going to do it better this time. And trust me, they were not lying. Everything here is executed so well. Let me move forward here. Now, Galactus tells the Fantastic Four, I will, spare your planet if you give me your child. Give me, they're like, oh, no, no, that ain't about to happen. So they flee. And every superhero film has to have a chase scene. This film decides to do a chase scene in space. In goddamn space. That's right, at light speed. The Fantastic Four, they are shooting out. And the Silver Surfer is right behind them. And the way that they get rid of the Surfer, so brilliant, man. And talk about my boy Franklin, right? He's a god. And he's born amongst the stars. That's right. Franklin. She gave birth to Franklin right there in the spaceship. That's what's up. Now that's knowing your facts about these characters. Straight up, man, look. This thing is the best Marvel film in quite some time. I ain't kidding you, bro. The cinematography is there. The story, as you know, with comic book movies these nowadays, they're not really strong. However, this story is, how could I say this? It's a little bit above a 7. It's not a 5 or a 6. I would give it a 7.5. And I'm talking about the story here, ladies and gentlemen. Just the story. The story is like a 7.5 out of 10. However, what they do with the story, it allows it to elevate a little bit. The story is simple. But how they do it? I like that, Marvel. I like that. You guys have done something great with this movie, man. Man, it's so damn good. And talk about the characters, right? Remember, I had a lot of critique for all of these characters. Joseph Quint, solid. As Johnny Storm, this guy is solid. Pedro Pascal, believe it or not, I'm watching the film and I'm not saying to myself, hey, I got Pedro fatigue. No, I didn't feel that way at all. And Vanessa Kirby knocked it out of the park. Straight up. That was a home run there, bro. And I forget the guy who plays that of Ben Grimm, but he did a wonderful job. And talk about Ben Grimm. His CGI, it worked. They cleaned it up. It looks a lot better. It moves a little bit more fluidly than it did in that first teaser. It worked. It absolutely worked, ladies and gentlemen. And what else I want to talk about? The villains. Hey, as you know, Silver Surfer was great. Female Silver Surfer, Shala Ball, she was great. Yeah, I wanted to see Norma Rad, just like everyone else, but she did her job. She didn't overact it. She didn't underact it. She did what she was supposed to do. But Galactus stole the show. The little screen time that he has, and trust me when I tell you, this is not Null from Venom the Last Dance. No, 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 no. The screen time that Galactus has is fitting for this film. And talk about the third act. It is something new. Straight up, it is something new. The way that I don't want to spoil this for you guys. I know I probably have already spoiled enough for you. But the way that they handle Galactus, it makes sense. And it was smart. So I like this film. I like this movie, ladies and gentlemen. And I highly recommend it. If I was to grade the Fantastic Four, and I'm about to use a new grading system, I'm going to give these films the O's now. You're going to get 1 O, 2 O, 3 O's, 4 O's, or 5 O's. So I would give the Fantastic Four 5 O's, baby. That's right. This thing is a grand slam, in my honest opinion. Now, you have heard how I feel about the movie. Let me tell you how everyone else feels. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film sits at 88% amongst all critics after 295 reviews. Top critics is giving it an 80%, 45 fresh and 11 rotten. Amongst all critics, it is 259 fresh and 36 rotten. Verified audience, 93%. Hmm. With a average rating of 4.5 out of 5. All audiences is giving it a 89% after 10,000 ratings. Verified audience is 5,000 ratings and 4.4 out of 5 with all audiences. So this was great, man. This was great. If you was on the fence about this movie, don't be. Don't be. Trust me. You're going to love every bit of watching this film, especially when you witness the tech in this movie. That's right. When you see the technology that is being played with here, you're going to say, yeah, this is something new. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end and help you pull out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that big number of 100,000 subs. So I'll be highly appreciative if you will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. Then after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, if you have seen the Fantastic Four First Steps, tell me what you think about it. Do you agree with your boy O? Do you feel that it's as fantastic as I described? Or do you feel like it was mediocre or trash? Remember, I'm open to all opinions. And always remember, let the bon temps roule. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.